Alrighty guys, it's been a while. I tried to do a live stream yesterday when I was cutting wheat, but failed miserably. I don't know, it started and then it said that I lost connection, and then got this semi is full. I got it started, I'm gonna take it to town. This one, it's just basically got the front full, so wheat didn't yield very good. It pretty poor this year, which kind of figured that for as short as it is, short as it was. Some of it, still is, but it's just been one of them years. It was cold this spring, and then it turned off hot and dry, and the wheat said, "All right, we gotta go. Let's go. We gotta, start putting head on." So, that's why it's so short, I would say. But it's it is what it is. We don't grow wheat to grow, 200 bushel wheat. We just kind of grow it, mainly for the straw, and it's good. It's nice to have in your rotation, and kind of breaks up some of them weed cycles. But got a few round bales. I forget what he said he got. I think he got 27 last night. Got a round bale this whole field. Yeah, I just got to cut here where this system is. I wanted him to bale that, and then run the system over, opposed to me running it over and cutting it all, and then him having to run it back after he baled it, or that way we can just run it once. But it's really long beards this year, it seems, though. I don't remember. Last year we had some bearded wheat and some not bearded wheat. And this stuff really seems like it's got the beards on it this year. Got a guy coming to get 7 round bales this morning. So I really like that Draper head. That was really nice and wheat. We had a couple issues with it yesterday. We started, for one, we just got this Draper head this year. We bought it last year, but this is our first year with it, and they didn't relax the belts, and we didn't think anything of it. We brought it home, put it in the shed. Well, when we hooked up to it yesterday, I realized, the belts, and they weren't set 100% right anyway, so we had to set them right, and then it had a heck of a vibration in it for a little bit, because these belts, if you don't relax them, they get a memory in them, and then they kind of vibrate a little bit. But that came out, and so far it's running smooth. The only problem is this, there's I can show it from down here, right here. You see that? That's a speed sensor, and that either is out or didn't get installed right. They said, if they installed it, and there's only so them sensors are really particular on how they're in there and the clearance and everything. And if they weren't installed right, didn't have the right amount of clearance, they was in too tight or out too loose, out too loose, they wouldn't read it, and then in too tight, they would just burn up. So something's wrong with that speed sensor, because it was working when we started, and then my speed, I was trying to get it set, and my belt speed was fluctuating a lot. You know, on the screen in there, it was saying that it was like 70, 40, 30, 20, and then it just got to where the speed was 0. It was really fluctuating, and then it got to where it was 0. So got to get that worked. But you know, once you kind of get the hang of it, you kind of, I mean, yeah, it's nice to know what the speed is, but you know, you want when running a Draper head, let me get up here because I'm too short to show you what I'm talking about. When running a Draper head, you want the product to come in and meet in the middle, and you want it to be throwing fast enough to where it meets in the middle, and you kind of got a little gap there and a little gap there, because if you don't have that right, it can get to going around the belt and wrapping around the belt. So you want to have it coming in fast enough where it throws it and meets right in the middle and then comes in. So I mean, once you get that figured out, and once I got the speed set yesterday, I never jacked with it. So better grab might need my driver's license. Hope not, but I might. But yeah, I really, well, we ran a Draper head identical. I think it was a couple years newer than this one. Identical to this last fall. Well, we ran a brand new 635 and FD, and we ran that 630, which was pretty well identical to this one most of last year, cutting beans. So we fell in love with them, and we had to have one. But anyhow, yeah, sorry about the live stream. I didn't mean to disappoint anybody, getting on there thinking, oh yeah, here we go, we got a harvest video, and then it's 2 seconds of the steering wheel. That was technology didn't want to work for me yesterday, because besides the speed sensor, we had on our block, on the head, the oil, this one right here was leaking, and all it is an O-ring. Well, you can't just buy the O-ring, you have to buy this whole piece right here and change this whole thing out. So we had to do that before we got started. I mean, I would think it's not a normal O-ring. It'd be like a square, or I say square, it's like a square but round O-ring, if you know what I mean. Instead of being, round, kind of like your ring, like my wedding ring. It's square. Maybe I should have stuck that in there. But that's kind of like the O-ring it is, and you can't buy them at John Deere. I'm sure you could find one and replace it in that piece, but John Deere only sells the full barrel. And it may be something when that O-ring goes bad, that barrel may be wore out, because the plunger deal in that barrel, it's a flat face hydraulic coupler. The plunger in it wasn't coming out all the way. So maybe when the O-ring goes bad, maybe something goes bad with that barrel. I don't know. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna get on into Havana and see how busy Cargill is, and hopefully we can get this wheat dumped out, get back, and maybe the dew will be burned off. And I'd like to get a little bit more cut and then start square baling some. Alrighty, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.